Can you guys see the PowerPoint?
Yes, your screen is visible, sir. It is good. Thank you.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, yeah. Thank you once again for the introduction, John. And then thank you all for joining in. So slight changes to I think what you had mentioned earlier. So yeah, based out of Malaysia, I look at the APAC practice for Salesforce in UST. I've been about 25 years now at UST. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem for about 17 years. And like you said, part of the MVP program, marketing champion. I do blog post videos as well through YouTube, as well as my online blogs as well. And then I speak whenever possible at events and sessions, specifically on SFMC topics also. It's one of my passions. Feel free to connect on LinkedIn, Twitter, so if you have any questions, please do reach out as well. No issues. So today, like you said, we'll talk a little about Marketing Cloud. I know it's a vast topic, not easy to cover everything under Marketing Cloud, but I'll try to give a little overview, a few of the common questions that you might have, and then if you have additional questions, please do put them in chat. I'll try to cover them towards the end. Maybe John, you can take a note of the questions, so towards the end, maybe we can bring some of them up. Based on timing, we can go through some of those. Yeah. All right. So before I dive in, I just wanted to understand a little bit from the audience. If you're familiar with the Salesforce core platform, sales and service, can you just type in chat? Maybe John, I will not be able to see the chat window, but if your experience is 0, meaning no experience, 1 for beginner, 2 intermediate, and 3 for advanced. Just to get a feel of Salesforce ecosystem, not Marketing Cloud, but the core Salesforce platform. You can just type in the number based on your experience level: 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 being no experience, 3 being the most advanced. John, if you can take a look and let me know,
Yes, many of them in chat putting 1 and 2, sir.
Okay, so many of you are familiar with the Salesforce ecosystem and at least aware of the core platform. That's great. And what about Marketing Cloud? If you have the same rating, I would say, how many of you have no idea what marketing is or no experience? Beginner is 1, 2 is intermediate, and 3 advanced. I'm assuming 2 and 3 probably will not even want to come for the session, but yeah.
Marketing Cloud, many of them are putting 0, sir.
Got it. Okay. Okay, then you are in the right place. So it's easy for me to set the context, because if you are more experienced, then this will not be helpful for you, because it's very basic things. We have other advanced sessions where we can actually talk about for the other folks. Yeah. Okay, so then I'll start a little bit with this slide. The reason is because if you're already familiar with the Salesforce ecosystem, you might want to know how Marketing Cloud fits into this Salesforce ecosystem, right? And then so this diagram will actually give you that overview, and you can see the Salesforce, the sales platform, sales service, the core platform. You can see that as a separate box in the middle, and you'll see Marketing Cloud to the right side is a separate box. And the reason why that is just because it's a different. You might think that Marketing Cloud is also part of Salesforce, so it actually resides on the same environment, which it doesn't. Okay, it's a different platform. Yeah, so Italy, I'll call it as Marketing Cloud Engagement. I'll tell you why the names are in a few slides from now. So core Marketing Cloud is the old Exact Target. It was a company called Exact Target that was acquired about more than 10 years back by Salesforce. Using that, they renamed it to Marketing Cloud, and that's what we've been using for a number of years, right? And it was never changed to a different platform. We continue to use the same platform. That's why it is separate. So the only way you can actually bring that all together is to have connectors. So you have connectors between Marketing Cloud and the core sales or service. You have connectors to commerce as well. Okay, and then you have connectors to Data Cloud. MuleSoft, you can actually have it. It even has an FTP. Programmatically, you can connect to Marketing Cloud because it has API support and all that. Okay? So it's it's a separate tool, I would say, a separate product within Salesforce, which is why it is also in demand one. Two, it's not like the our regular where you have free dev sandboxes and or like free org that you can just spin up and then learn, which is why like it is not many people have an idea about it. And you, if you get to work on it, like people are really like they're in demand, like they have they, like depending upon the job demand and then the region, the location, and which role you choose, you will get a good career path on that as well. So the like marketing cloud is like the only great thing. There are different areas within Salesforce that you can all be proficient in, right? But just telling you why marketing cloud is slightly difficult to master, because it's not easily available for people to learn and practice on. There are videos and a lot of content online now, but then still you need that environment to do that hands-on and get experience, which is slightly difficult. Okay? Okay, so let me see, confirm like, okay, this slide is good to go. But then if you have any questions, let us come back to this, like, and then we can check that out. I wanted to ask a little, like, your understanding of between sales and marketing. Like, if you put it in chat, and then John, you can help me. What is the difference that you understand between sales and marketing? The term sales and marketing in terms of organizations. Any answers, John? If there's any, you can read out.
No, there is
Nobody,
market. There is
nobody.
one. There is one chat answer, sir. Marketing is promotion. Sales is
Hmm.
financially engaged.
Okay, that is somewhat, I would say, okay, good. Next,
Uh,
any other answers?
uh, yes, another one to sell a product. You
Hmm.
market or promote the product.
Marketer, promoter. Okay, good. Okay. Don't worry, there is no right or wrong here. Like, no, this is more for to see your understanding, to learn. So don't be shy.
Uh,
You don't have to like no worry that okay, somebody will say, oh, I said a wrong answer. There's nothing like that. It's meant for you to learn.
Another chat, Salesforce is selling and marketing starts the creating our awareness of brand.
Okay, good. And which one is more important, sales or marketing?
Both in the chat they are typing both.
Okay.
And in few of them are putting in the chat marketing come first and then sales.
Okay, yeah, because we are in marketing session, so we should give importance to marketing, right? Okay, no worries. Yeah. So yeah, quite a few of you actually uh, have a good idea about both sales and marketing. So like we see here, marketing is more to do with your branding, brand awareness, and promoting. So mainly trying to identify, what are we trying to sell, who are we trying to sell to, okay, and why are we doing this, right? So that is like the crux of marketing. Okay, so there should be some goals and visions of like why are we, what is our service, and how are we planning to like sell this. Okay, if that's so, who do we need to sell to and all that. And sales comes after marketing. If people do not know your brand, or if you do not have the right marketing strategy, it's not easy to sell. So if you already have a brand name, so today if like somebody sells you an Apple product, you don't even have asked the quality about it, because you already know the branding that it carries, right? So same like that, like so marketing is very very key. Okay, financially it will both have money, like that there will be finance involved in both. Marketing actually spends money to actually market the product. Okay, and then they look at trying to like know about the brand, so that people will come and invest and buy it. Like, so that's the ultimate goal of marketing. Sales happens after that, where you like you try to work. Okay, if there is somebody who is interested because so they saw a market or an ad, now they are interested in our product, but then we have to go that extra step and close it. Just because somebody is interested in an ad they saw doesn't mean that they should buy it. Like they might be standing outside near the borderline thinking, should I really invest in, do I have like enough money to buy an iPhone, is it worth it, like those kind of things. Then suddenly you rope them in. So that is where sales will come in. So if you really have good sales people, they are the ones who actually work very closely with end customers, and then try to close the deal. Okay? So in organizations, like many of you rightly said, both are important, like and they have to work hand in hand. Okay, it's not like marketing is more important than sales or sales is more important than marketing. There is even important aspects to both of these. Okay? And that's why they have different tools and things that support each of these different roles, and that they have to work collaboratively together. Okay? And then when we come to marketing cloud, so over the years there has been a lot of naming conventions and things have changed. So I just put this slide here, so that you get an understanding, because you will keep hearing different names, different products within marketing cloud, that an umbrella. Then you will get confused what is what. Okay. So on the right side, you will see in the bracket, you will see the old names of the tool. Okay. And then on the left side, you will see, like, within the entire C360, marketing comprises of multiple different products within that marketing umbrella, right? And we'll get to see, some of these. I can show you some of these today. So marketing cloud engagement, that is the core, the engagement with the old exact target tool. Okay, which is the one that we will actually cover mostly today. Okay, and that is the one that I said, that is a separate platform, and that is not part of the Salesforce platform that you usually are familiar with in sales and service. However, marketing cloud account engagement, okay, it got renamed. It was actually Pardot. Okay, this was actually built on Salesforce platform. Okay, so if you look at the look and feel of Pardot, it will be very similar to Salesforce, the core sales and sales cloud and service cloud. So it's like an additional application that you will see. You will have a login, everything, but instead of doing the sales tabs and all that, you will see like the Pardot related, all the tabs. But the look and feel is that just like your Salesforce platform. Okay, but exact target is very different. The accounting, so the engagement one is very different. Okay, and then there is personalization. Okay, with this one is an add-on. This is also an old tool. It was by, that was bought. It was usually Evergage, and then they named it as Interaction Studio. It was sold separately, and it's still sold separately. You can add it as an add-on, but this add-on is on exact target, which is on which is on engagement, not account engagement. So that also will be on that separate platform. Interaction Studio, it actually works with engagement. Okay. It has API capabilities and all that, so definitely, like engagement, you will be able to, programmatically, interface with Interaction Studio, but that's a little more advanced tool that the marketers use. Intelligence is the old Datorama, that is a reporting tool. Okay, that also is a separate engine, that you can configure, and then you can, if you're familiar with Einstein Analytics or like the CRM Analytics tool and Tableau, this is something similar to that. So it was core specifically, it was actually built for marketing analytics. Okay, like Google Cloud Analytics, you'll see. So similarity to that, sorry, Google Analytics, similar to that, you would have seen this one is data run is something in that range. It has a lot of great support, lot of things, but not many people have seen it or heard about it. Marketers are familiar with it, especially the marketing platform folks are familiar with this one. And then there used to be this product called CDP. Okay, it had different names before then. So customer data platform, that's what it was called. Okay, and then that got rebranded, and then there was multiple features added to it, and now many of you might have seen a lot of videos, lot of training materials, and lot of boosts from Salesforce selling this product called Data Cloud. Okay, the core engine of Data Cloud is still CDP, so it has the CDP primarily means, where you can bring different profiles in, about customers. You can unify them, and then you can actually use that unified profile for downstream workflows. Then initially CDP was primarily used for marketing use cases. Okay, that is why CDP was very closely related to marketing cloud. So whenever you wanted to bring in, about customer information from different sources, and then you want to, segment and use them specifically for marketing campaigns, journeys, and all that, CDP was heavily used. And but now it has gone beyond that, even not just for marketing purposes. If you want to use it for other applications, not only Salesforce but even other ecosystems as well, you can use Data Cloud. So it has become very powerful, and it has got the tie-in into AI also now. So that's why, it is now treated as a separate tool and product. And but even Data Cloud right now, there is, I don't know how many of you know, but Data Cloud, you can actually buy different modules. Part of Data Cloud, you can see Data Cloud for marketing, Data Cloud for sales and service, and Data Cloud for Tableau. Okay, so when you actually go to buy data cloud, like they will ask, Salesforce will ask you, what is it your is your primary use? You want to use it for marketing purposes, or you want to use it for sales and service, or other applications core, or you want to use it for reporting purposes with Tableau. So they have different licensing SKUs for that. So that's why I still kept data cloud under marketing, because data cloud for marketing is still a use case. Okay. So in this term also might be like familiar for you guys, B2B and B2C. So if you don't know, B2B primarily means business to business, and the other one is business to customer, business to consumer. Okay. So uh, let me ask this question: is Salesforce a B2B or a B2C type of company? You can put it in chat.
Both
The
in the
com-
chat.
the company Salesforce, if it is selling Salesforce products, is it a B2B or a B2C type of company?
In the chat, many of them are messaging B2B.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So you got it right. The reason is Salesforce as a product is actually sold to big other companies who can then use it for their customers. Okay. So it's actually ideally B2B. Okay. B2C companies are the ones who actually have products or things that they want to or service offerings that they want to sell to consumers like you and me. Okay. If you take of any retail chain or food chain, or you look at the online e-commerce, that's where we go and shop, if you want to buy something, so that is a B2C kind of thing. But B2B will be companies who are actually selling to other corporations as well. For example, and there could be companies who do both. Okay, like for example, Dell is a company that actually sells laptops for individual consumers. You can buy products from Dell through their website or through shops, but they also sell in bulk to customers. Many of the companies you have seen, they have Dell laptops for their employees, right? They have even servers like other hardware and things like that. So it's so they do both, B2B and B2C. Okay. So the way that we do marketing for B2B and B2C is slightly different, because B2B actually focuses, like I said, on business organizations, and it's very large deal size. So for example, if I want to sell laptops for 50,000 employees, or like 10,000 or 20,000 employees, that I want to procure for my company. Okay, then I will actually be looking at, okay, do I want to buy Mac laptops, or do I want to buy Dell laptops? Do I want to buy HP? Which one gives me more, the warranty, the service after sales, the service? How is it going to be? What is the warranty support going to be like? Okay, if I want to renew, is there something, any extra new bonuses they will give? All those things, any good discounts that do they have? What is the quality of these products, in terms of the price, the ROI that they get? So there's a lot of factors that go into B2B, when you want to understand about that thing. So that is why the way it takes time also. This decision makers are there, there are multiple decision makers, they have to go through the tender process and then decide, okay, because it's a large amount. Okay. So it's a different way in terms of how do you do B2B. You need to understand the lead, and then you need to score the lead, and then say, okay, is this something we can close on, right? But B2C is mostly for individual decision maker. You like yourself, myself, we just go in. So it'll be very small deal size compared to the B2B one. It's a shorter, if you want to buy something to eat, you will just go and check, okay, what am I craving for? Do I want McDonald's? I want KFC, or do I want something else, pizza? What is it that I want? Okay, so I'll just go check, and then I'll make a decision, quickly go and buy, based on what I see, maybe the pricing of it. So and so that's the difference. So the way that you have to target the B2C consumer is very different. Okay. And when you target consumers today are not just looking at only one channel. That is the main difference. Like B2B, you can actually do it on one channel, primarily maybe email, right? Or sometimes even mobile might be possible. Mostly one channel is sufficient, because it takes a longer time. B2C has to be very dynamic. Depends. You can reach your end consumers through different channels. Today, if people only send you marketing campaigns on email, I don't think you would be engaged with that particular brand too much. However, if they reach out to you on WhatsApp, on your SMS or emails, ads, there are a lot of ways that you will see that particular product, and the different ways in which they can reach out to the customer, right? So which is why B2C is like very focused on multiple channels, and that is why marketing cloud engagement is like very good because it's actually supporting different channels that you can actually reach out to customers. Okay, whereas account engagement primarily deals with emails, and then you can actually bring in leads, you can score, and then you can actually interface them with that email channel. Okay, in when you come to the data model, so in core Salesforce CRM like Sales Cloud and Service Cloud and all that, how do you store the data? Any answers?
Still now there is
Nobody.
cloud
I couldn't hear that, John. Say that again.
in the chat. Cloud. They are messaging cloud.
Cloud is where the application resides, but what in the data model, like how do you store that? Like where do you store the data? Like what is that reference? Like when you log into that application, where do you see the data being stored?
Some of them are messaging CRM objects.
Okay. Yeah. So in Sales Cloud and Service Cloud and the platform, you have objects, fields, and records, right? So you have that's where you'll end up storing all your data. Okay. So, but in Marketing Cloud, we actually have everything revolved around one single kind of data, which is the contact or the customer. Okay, if you look at it in Salesforce, like it is not saying that in the core CRM you want to like bring in different types of data. Okay, because there's a lot of different types of applications and use cases that you can use it for, right? And for sales there is like a lot of things from all the way from lead to opportunity, and then so you can integrate with order and all that, and you can even do custom applications on Salesforce, right? So you can create custom objects and all that. And service also, it looks at service use cases. So there's a lot of things that you have to do in terms of cases, solutions, knowledge articles, and milestones, entitlements. So many things are there, right? So, but in Marketing Cloud, primarily, like I said, because it is to B2C, you're trying to like what is it that you're trying to do? You're trying to focus on one single or multiple customers. So it's actually the entity that you're going to like focus on is a person, okay, who you're trying to market to, so that he or she will actually buy your product, right? So everything revolves around a person, which is a contact or a customer. Okay, that's what they call it, contact within Marketing Cloud. Okay, and then you can bring in data about the contact, like their demographics, their profiles, their which way did you like were you able to reach out to them? Is it like email? Was it SMS? Was it WhatsApp? Was it ad? Was it through web page? However we did it, and then how they behaved with you, like if it's a transactional behavior, etc. Right? And then the way that you can actually store the data in Marketing Cloud is actually through data extension. There's something called as data extension. They're primarily like SQL tables. I don't know how many of you are familiar with SQL. If you're familiar with Oracle or SQL Server and all that, you would have seen RDBMS tables. So very simple. They're just like SQL tables. You can create a table. You can create, and you can go and add data in that. You can create the fields. You can specify the data type, and then you can store the data. Right. There is also something known as subscriber lists, which is not that much of use unless you are specifically using for smaller types of communication within email. But more dominantly, like they actually use data extensions and for multiple use cases within Marketing Cloud. Okay, so let me see if this is still open. Okay, so you can hopefully you can see the Marketing Cloud interface here. So this is how Marketing Cloud actually looks like once you log in. Like you will see all the different apps on the top here. So you will have like email, mobile, like social, advertising, web. You have automation tools, which we'll sort of talk about, like content, like where I can create content, and then about the contact that we bring in. How do I maintain all that? So this is how that interface looks like. And then if I want to store, like I said, customer information in a data extension, this is how the data extension will look like. See, you will see here fields. Right? We have created different fields: customer ID, first name, last name, email, gender, date of birth. Okay, and if I go into records, I'll be able to see the specific records for those also. So sometimes it might take a little time to load, but yeah. because I haven't refreshed it for a while. Uh, let it come back. So then I'll see once I come back. I'll check. Let's see. Okay, for some reason it doesn't like refreshing right now. Okay, I'll take a look at it and I'll try to see bring it back later so you can see that data. But just to give you an idea, and then there is different channels, like I said. So B2C has different email, mobile, web, different channels that you can use. So email is one of the primary channels that you can use. Okay, most of us have email IDs and we have been using it for a very long time. And so when you buy the basic marketing cloud, email is the first one that usually companies set up. Very rarely do companies buy marketing cloud and not take email. That's the core that comes with it. And then you will be able to set it up for different types of email. So you should understand you can have different like commercial or transactional type of emails. Okay, and what commercial means is like it is for marketing purposes. So basically trying to showcase some marketing ads or something like that. So asking you hey, here is a promotion, would you be interested? If you click on here, enter this particular program, you will get X amount of discount, or you want join a loyalty program or register for our event. So all of these are all this kind of commercial kind of emails. Transaction emails, on the other hand, are because you did something. Maybe let's say you ordered something, so it's like the order confirmation, okay, or shipping confirmation is coming out. You did a password reset. So all of these are actually transactional emails, right? Because of some transaction that you did, it's actually letting you know. It's more informational in purpose rather than trying to get you to buy something. So that's two different types of email communications that can be sent out. So you can configure both, and there is actually specific rules for each of these as well. Okay, and just because you have marketing cloud and then you have email, it doesn't mean that you can simply send out emails. Like there are always compliance laws, security laws and things like that, depending on the country that you operate, that you need to align to. Because marketing cloud, the server is actually the primary server resides in US, you definitely have to follow the US law. Plus, if you're using it for another country, let's say your customer is maybe in Europe. Okay, there might be certain laws like GDPR and all that they need to comply. So those are additional laws you need to look at. So always make sure that if you're working in marketing cloud, and especially on the email side of things, you need to comply with some of these laws. And nowadays people are very vocal about consent laws and things like that. You simply, if you try to spam people, they will actually retaliate. They will complain about you and then you will get blacklisted, right? So there's a lot of privacy concerns and consents. Even if you want to add somebody to WhatsApp itself, if you don't ask permission, then they will actually complain. So you have to be very careful nowadays, when we go with in terms of communications, and not violating anybody's privacies. Okay? So consent management is very important in terms of marketing. You have to ask permission before you try to market to somebody. And how do you ask permission? And I think many of you have already seen this. If not, whenever you register for any event or any website or anything like that, when you when you give your information, your name, your email ID and all that, towards the bottom you will see sometimes check boxes, right? I agree to the terms. Besides that, there will be there'll be additional check boxes where they say I agree to receive marketing communications from blah 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 and all that. So that is the consent. So if you by default, it might be checked, and if you don't uncheck it, that means automatically your consent also goes in. So then you will be wondering, why am I getting all these emails from this company? I've never even heard of them. That is because you signed up, and then you gave somehow that checkbox was checked. You never went and read it properly, and then you start getting emails from the next day from all their the partner channels about the products and stuff like that. Okay, so that is where these come in from. And the good thing is you can actually go and unsubscribe. Okay? So it doesn't mean that because people are sending you emails that you have to get all those emails forever, right? You can go and tell, okay, I'm not interested in these emails anymore because it's not relevant for me, or I don't want to look at it. Emails, when it goes out, like I said, it has to have rules. So it has to have this proper address, who is sending this out. Okay, it should have links for you to unsubscribe, meaning I don't want to receive these emails anymore, etc. Those kind of permissions should be available there. So there should be links. So if I see that, I should click on it and automatically I should say I don't want to receive this anymore. Then you should honor that. If a customer says, I don't want to receive your marketing emails, you should honor that and never send them any more marketing emails. Transaction you can still send because they are supposed to know, like, no transactional stuff. So that is not a violation. But marketing emails, you should be very careful and you should look at the consent part of it. Otherwise, like, they will raise issue and then you'll get blacklisted. The customer who is like implementing this, they'll get blacklisted. Okay. So these are some of the things within email, like, and there's a lot more. But like I said, just to cover on a high level about emails today, I just wanted to tell you, like, these are things that you should know. Let me see if here. So this is like a sample email, like, that you can configure within Marketing Cloud. And here I'm on the preview, so I'll see here, like, there's test data here. So you see the first name and last name, all the data, and then you see here you can actually configure that. Let me see, still work. So if I change the data, automatically you will see the next data in our data extension. The first name changed automatically. The email also will change because I'm in preview mode. I'm now testing it out and saying, like, okay, if I send this email to all the people in my data extension that I had different records, okay, how will that email look like? Okay, so if I had any additional fields over here that actually reflects this data, depending upon, like, when I send it to, like, people like this, automatically is that you can preview and check and test your emails also. So that is all possible within Marketing Cloud. And then once you're ready, your email is approved and things like that, you can go ahead and send the email out. So it will send it to that particular data set that you actually selected. You will be able to send out. You can do it manually, you can schedule it through automation. There are different ways that you can do it, just to give you an idea. Mobile is the other channel that is next to email that people use quite a bit. And then within mobile also, there is actually different ways that you can communicate. The primary one is SMS, and depending upon the country, like, SMS is chosen. Like, some countries SMS is widely used. Some countries SMS is not that great. So it depends on where you want to use it. So you have to choose wisely, like, if you think your audience will be able to use, or, like, resist faster, right? Some places it has been known to, like, be very good. And the reason why I say that is because sending out SMS is much more cost than sending out an email. Okay, so it is depending on each country, because you are actually tying up with, like, SMS providers in the back end. Salesforce will charge specifically depending upon the country as well. So they have specific charges that they will share, and then they'll tell you every time you send X number of SMS, like, this is the amount that will automatically get deducted from your credits, total number of credits that you have. Push is the one that you use for applications. So many of you have, like, different product applications that you have installed on your mobile nowadays. Like, you have smartphones. So let's say you have a Flipkart application, like, so if you have Flipkart, and then if you have like, or Amazon, whatever it is, like, you have that specific application for that particular company or brand, and they will be able to send you messages, like, automatically. Okay, there is some promotion, suddenly you will get a message on your phone. Like, you will see it's not an SMS but more an application related get notification, right? So if you have enabled notifications, those are push notifications. So you can send such notifications also using this push option. So for this, you need to have, like, configure that with your specific application. There is an SDK available for iOS and Android. You need to integrate that with that SDK with your application. So you need mobile developers who have that knowledge, and you need to integrate it. It's not very straightforward that way, but the configurations are all available within Marketing Cloud. You can go and configure and say, okay, how you want to integrate and all that. But then additional custom development you will need to do with that particular application that you already have. Okay. Then besides these two, SMS and push, you also have other options such as line messaging, FB Messenger. You can do through APIs, and the most common one that we are all familiar with is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, earlier it used to be through an app exchange product, but now directly with Meta API available, you can go and, like, purchase WhatsApp SKUs, and then you can start doing messaging for WhatsApp as well. So you can directly send, like, communications to WhatsApp, both from a transactional perspective, or from a marketing perspective also. So there are again charges based on both of these also. You can even put them in automations as well, like, depending on certain automations, which we will look at the journey later. But there's also, you can send communications to WhatsApp channels, depending on, like, sometimes I think many of you have started receiving, like, some product companies reaching out to you on WhatsApp. Like, sometimes you order something, immediately You have the option now of getting WhatsApp notification saying that, hey, your delivery, your shipment is on the way, the product that you ordered, everything now comes in WhatsApp also. So the technology has advanced quite a bit. Earlier, you used to get it in SMS and emails. Now, they want people to actually look at it faster, and they're trying to set it up in such a way that you will be able to respond also. If you have an issue, immediately you respond. The customer service will take it up. So it's like very well thought about, that a lot of people are actually preferring that as an additional channel for marketing, and then post sales service options as well. Okay. Web Studio is the other channel where let's say you have landing pages, or web pages where you can send customers or contacts to. So this it may be like a standalone page where people come to, like things like that, or maybe you might have sent them an email. You said, okay, there is a button which says, okay, click here to register for the event, or click here to fill your profile and get some additional discount vouchers, things like that. So primarily, we have seen use cases is you're redirecting people who get mobile or email communications to your own custom landing page where you want them to take additional actions. Because most of the time, or email and mobile, you cannot do additional interactive messaging, right? So other than WhatsApp you can. WhatsApp and then SMS also you can do little bit of it by replying, but every reply you have to incur charges. WhatsApp, I think during the 24-hour window, you can easily send back and forth messages, so there is no issue. But other than that, let's say you want them to give some information in bulk or do some action, you can redirect them to a web page. Okay, so that is also possible. Web pages, and then you can embed that within the emails, and that the URL within the emails or the SMS messages, and then you can redirect them. I think many of you probably must have some of these things where you click, it will take you to their website page where you can enter information, it will track, and then it will send you additional workflows, and it will kick off from there. Okay. So let me see if I have one here. So this is what a very simple sample page that I have here, where they're asking you to fill your profile and update your subscriptions and all that. So I can publish this page and then put it in an email, and then ask you. I can, when you click on it, automatically it will redirect you here, and you can fill out your profile and subscriptions and all that. Okay, just to give you an example. Social Studio was a tool. I would say, it was the old Radian 6, that was acquired by Salesforce quite a number of years back. It was actually very good in terms of managing different social accounts such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and all that. And then you could actually listen to people's posts, and then interact with them. So many of you probably have seen in Twitter and all that, suddenly when you tag people or things and then you put in the post, immediately there will be that particular company handler actually automatically replying back that okay, we sorry for the issue, blah blah, and all that. So they are actually listening. Listening is possible. You can post marketing things, and then sometimes, let's say you launched a new product, you have keywords and all that. So you can post that keyword, and then you can listen. What are people talking about it? How is it trending? What is the latest sentiment? So this was a great tool. Unfortunately, this was retired, or this right now in 2024. It's no longer supported by Salesforce. So they are recommending other products such as Social, and few other products are there in the market that you can look at. So if you hear that, okay, Social Studio is something that people are going to use, then please be aware that is not something that Salesforce supports anymore. Okay? In terms of other tools that you probably might come across is like Content Builder. That is where you actually build the content. So earlier you saw the email and the landing pages and all that. So if you want to bring in that you can reuse, that this is like the place to do it. You might have seen images, okay, and there's certain templates that you want in your emails and all that. So you can store that within Content. And many times marketing teams, they have different types of people working in their team. So content builders are people who actually create your header, footer, and some images, some branding and all that. They will create all that and keep it. Okay, and then there are people who approve the content and keep it ready, and then they lock the template, so that the people who send out the emails, they just need to pull in and automatically in the template. The template is pre-built for you. Okay, and then they just enter the actual inside wordings. So all the other content is already being created by the content creators earlier, approved by management and kept for you. You just have to go in and add the specific relevant messaging that you need to send out right now to your audience. So, uh, and that is why it is very fast. Every time you want to send out an email communication, it should not be that okay, we are going to take long time to build something from scratch. Unless until it's a very new branding, new product that we are launching, so it has to create something from scratch. But there are quite a bit of times the header, footer, and a number of things. The company's branding teams are always something that you can reuse. That's why content builder is very important, because you can reuse that content across multiple places, like you can email, other channels like WhatsApp, SMS, and even your web pages as well. It's not that only one channel can use that content. Contact builder is where you can manage. Earlier you saw the data extension, but similar to that, you can manage all your contacts, all the people that you bring, the data of the people that you bring in marketing cloud. You can manage that, and then you can see if you want to delete contacts, you have to you should know how to delete that within this tool. So this is the location, or the module within marketing cloud, where you can manage all the people information that you have, not the users of marketing cloud, but mostly it's to do with the people that you're marketing to. Okay. The next two that you see here are the core automation tools that you will be very that you'll always keep seeing when you come to marketing cloud. So in Salesforce, you have seen in the core platform, what is example of a automation tool that you might have seen or come across as a developer or an admin or a config person, an automation tool. Any answers?
Flow.
Everybody's okay, great. Earlier there used to be workflows, process builders, and all that, but now Flow is one of the most widely used automation tools that we have in Salesforce side, right? So similar to that, the ones that we have in marketing or in Marketing Cloud is Automation Studio and Journey Builder. Okay, so Automation Studio is something that runs if you want to run certain things in the background, certain tasks to be done by the tool. Okay, Automation Studio is the best one. Like if you want to schedule certain emails to be sent or communications to be sent out, okay, you can do it through Automation Studio. If you want to do file based integration, like let's say some files are being brought in and you want to process those files, take the data, put it into your into your data extensions, and then automatically do some filtering of certain type of people that you want to market out to, and then send out the email. All of this you can do through Automation Studio. Okay, so that's very very powerful kind of thing. You can write programmatic script within Automation Studio to do something batch activities at night. Okay, you can have SQL queries or filters to do when the data, meaning you can take the subset of the data that you get based on some filter conditions and all that. Okay, these things come under Automation Studio that you can actually mix and match, and then you can create a workflow. So I'll show you what it looks like. So in Automation Studio, you can see an example like this. So there are different activities that you will see on the left side. So an example might be, I have a file transfer where maybe I'm actually bringing in an encrypted file that has some product information. Okay, and then that product information I want to store that, because I want to use that with the marketing communication. Okay, it could be not just product, it could be actual contact information also. Maybe I am bringing in some set of people that I want to send let's say the list of people who have birthdays this month. Okay, so which means then all the people who have a birthday in May, I want to send them a special voucher. So I can import that file and then bring in all that from an external system. The customer information may be in a different system, right? Can send all the customer information who has May birthday in a file. I can process that and import that into a data extension that contains the current month day people. Okay, and then I can then send out that email with a text that says, okay, here is 20% discount for your because you are a valuable customer and it's your birthday month. You can use it at our store or website, wherever it is, right? Many of you probably might have received such birthday campaign emails. I'm assuming if you have subscribed to some of the loyalty programs, right? So this is how they can do it. One second. Okay. Journey Builder is the other automation tool that you can you will probably see is one of the core features of Marketing Cloud. So uh, you might have seen something in Flow, okay, you can see the flow actually going from one step to the other. Journey Builder also is something similar, but it's actually more to do with customer engagement. For example, it actually takes a particular customer in a specific path, okay, depending on conditions. Okay, and that conditions is how that customer engages with the platform. Okay, for example, if you sent a customer into a journey, okay, journey is like, think of it as a path, like, a long path, and along the path, like, when the customer is going into it, okay, you sent an email to that customer, maybe a welcome email. Okay, so the customer gets a welcome email. Now you can actually measure, like, if this customer opened that email or not. Did he click any specific link within that email? Did he unsubscribe? All those things you can actually measure, because emails have tracking information like that, right? So based on that, you can now decide what you want to do with this customer. Do you want to send him on a path? Let's say he did not even open the email. So then you can send him another reminder email. Okay. But what if he opened the email? Then you don't want to send him a reminder email. That is a wrong thing, right? But after, if he opened the email already, then you will send him on another path where you will tell, okay, so now that you've opened an email, here is the next step. Like, you can go and fill out your profile to get an additional 10% discount, right? So like that, you can actually send based on different parts. Like, so let's say you can even check few months, days down the line, you can say, did he purchase something? If he purchased something, then you can actually, like, do I need to upgrade the tier? Do I change his tier, loyalty tier, and all those things? So there are different use cases that you can see. Okay, that's why journeys are very powerful. Sometimes why exactly, like, correctly I'm getting, certain emails at a specific period of time once I enroll into a particular program, or as a customer to a new brand, like, so that they have journeys already built in where sequentially it is automated. There is nobody have to sit over there manually trying to, like, figure out when to send to the new people what they need to send out. All of this will be, like, figured out earlier. They will create and configure that for you. Okay. One good example of this is something called as abandoned cart journey. Okay, I am not sure how many of you know what abandoned cart is, but then I'll explain very easily. If you are familiar with platforms like Amazon or Flipkart, e-commerce platform, this is where, like, sometimes in the you might go and you might be interested in a product, and you might say, oh, I wish to buy this. Okay, and then you might have put it into your cart. Okay, sometimes it might be in a wish list or it might be in a cart. You add it to the cart, but then for some reason you did not buy it. Like, somebody interrupted you, or maybe you thought, maybe I'm having second thoughts, I'll come back later and then I'll look at it, and then you left. So if it sits in your cart and if you have logged in already, then the application knows that, okay, you were interested in this product and you are almost there to buy it. Okay, what they will do is, like, such customers, like, they will collect that information, including the product, what you did and all that. They will use that for sending to a marketing communication journey. Okay, so they will send it and say, these people, please reach out to them. They are actually potential buyers. They were almost at the brink of buying our product, but they did not do. What can we do additionally to prod them to buy? Okay, so sometimes you will see you might get a communication saying, like, okay, we noticed that, you put this particular product in our cart, like, here is another 10% discount for if you buy it today within the next 24 hours. Okay, so that doesn't mean that, like, we should immediately go put it in the cart and next day keep waiting for vouchers. People have asked me that in the past, like, if we do that, can we get vouchers like that? So not every customer, I mean, not every brand will do that. Sometimes I've seen that happening. Depends on, maybe if you're a loyal customer, they might have some rules like that. Like, okay, maybe you're a high value customer, and they want you to come back and buy things like that. Or maybe if they're having some campaign, you might receive such things. But abandoned cart messages, definitely, many of the times you can experiment it out. You go to some of the big platforms and then put it in the cart and see within a day or two if you are getting any email saying that, okay, you have kept it in cart. Do you want to buy it? Maybe some of you might in the past. Okay, so this is how that journey will look like. No? So people will be added to the journey from that external system wherever your e-commerce platform is. They will push that information into here saying, okay, today here are the people who actually added stuff into the cart and who did not buy it. That information, or the list of all those customers and their product information, will be sent into the journey. They will get that particular email with that information all populated dynamically. That, you will have fields that will take, and then you can have wait and see, like, did they actually go and, open that email? Did they purchase it? Okay, if they did, then okay, then do I want to, like, do downstream? Do I want to give any vouchers for next time? Okay, if they did not open it, then I want to send them a reminder email. So there are different ways that you can actually interact in that purpose also. Okay. Okay, then few of the other things that you might hear about when you do in marketing advertising. So you can also create ads, so sometimes when you go into Facebook or Instagram, suddenly you will see ads popping up, on the site. So these ads, you can target, if you have advertising studio, you can buy a Facebook Meta account for advertising, and then you can a business account, and then you can link it to your advertising studio, target specific customers. So when they log into their account, they will see some specific ads for your product. Okay, so those are all possible. You can even look for, okay, if I have a set of customers that I have right now, I want to generate similar kind of customers. I want to target and get them as leads. That also is possible. Okay, so all that is very useful when if you are trying to use with advertising. And like every other tool that you have in Salesforce, Einstein, you cannot do away with it. It's the AI engine that we have. So for marketing also, there is a bunch of Einstein things that you can actually do. Okay, so there's a number of functions that are available. Few of the simple ones that I can think of, and that you can immediately think is, there's something known as Einstein send time optimization. Okay, for example, if I put that in the journey that I showed you earlier, uh, if I simply put it immediately, if I try to send an email as soon as the contact comes to that particular step in the journey, they will get the email. Okay, so depending on when that particular person was inserted into the journey and he comes to that step, that is when the email goes out, right? So what if the journey was running in the night? Okay, that batch, the date in the night, and that email goes out at night. The person might be sleeping, not be the right time, and you'll have to, maybe he might see it only in the morning, maybe not good time, right? But what Einstein sent, the send time optimization is one feature. If you add that in the journey just before the email, what it will do is it will actually look at that particular contact that came in. If you have sufficient data, like just like how Einstein works, it will look at your historical data and see in the past how often has this person in the past has he received marketing communications, has he emails, what time was the most preferred when he opened the email. Okay, so this is what it will look like. So if the if you see historically, this particular person had an email mostly on weekdays in the morning between 10 and 12. Okay, so that is when, they will try to target the contact. Okay, oddly the Einstein will say, hold on to this email, wait till it's the next weekday time of one morning 10 to 12. That is when you send it out. Okay, or sometimes you see, okay, this person likes to open and read and respond to such marketing emails only on the weekend. Okay, then you send it on the weekend. Or this person likes to do it only in the mornings, not at night, or maybe in the evenings at a specific time. So there are different ways that you can actually configure that and then use it. So that is just one use case of looking at Einstein. Another one would be, if somebody has been receiving too many emails, you don't want to send them, keep on sending many emails, or somebody did not receive much emails at all. So frequency also is another one that you can measure. Like that, there are a bunch of things, and with now Gen AI available, there is actually a possibility of you to go in and you can create subject lines. You can ask AI, Einstein AI, to tell you, okay, can you generate some good subject lines for the this email communication that I want to send out. So it will generate that, and you can accept which one you want. Even the body of the email, if I want to generate some good content, you can tell, okay, you can type in a prompt and say, can you generate some good content around this, and then you can plug that into your email also. So such facilities or features are also now available in Marketing Cloud. And then Data Cloud, I already told you, as a former CDP, the Interaction Studio, Intelligence. The one that I probably did not tell you is the Growth Edition. So I don't know how many of you have heard. Growth Edition is something that was recently released, very, I think maybe a month or two back, it was announced. This is a new edition of marketing targeted for B2B SME customers. Okay, so you might think, okay, B2B, there's already Pardot. Okay, so Pardot there is. So this one is actually more, uh, uh, I would say, it has more channels. It is not just only email. You can do WhatsApp, SMS, multiple channels are available. It is on the actual Salesforce platform, but powered by Data Cloud and Einstein. Okay, so many of the workflow features that you will probably see in in journeys and things like that, now you through flows. So you get the power of flow, you get the power of data cloud, you get the power of Einstein generative AI, all of that. You can then use that with this marketing capability. So within Salesforce platform, they have now started building out the small package called MC Growth. So in the future, you might see that okay, this marketing also now might come into the core program. Few years down the line, that is probably the vision that Salesforce has. Rather than having different platforms, we might in the future, like you might see a lot of applications or companies shifting it into the core platform, because now everything will be one single platform and they can easily interact with each other. Okay? But right now, the growth edition is solely only being used in Americas. It is not available in other regions. Getting it out, and then some customers are trying it out. So it might take a number of releases before it becomes evolves and into a mature product. Okay. There are few videos and things out there. So if you want to learn more about it, you can search online, Google it, and then you should be able to see some additional information about MC growth. Like I said earlier, you saw that earlier diagram where I showed you marketing cloud, how it actually connects with Sales Cloud. So there's actually a package that you can. It's a free package that Salesforce provides, and it's a managed package that you have to install either on Sales or Service Cloud, and that is this Marketing Cloud Connect. That is behind the scene APIs and all that. It actually does that connect between the two products. Okay, and then uCloud or Service Cloud object data into Marketing Cloud for marketing purposes is not true. You cannot send any data you want Marketing Cloud back into Salesforce. Okay, that is not possible through Marketing Cloud Connect. Programmatically and other custom ways you can, through the connector you cannot do that. Okay, that goes back from Marketing Cloud to Sales Cloud, Service Cloud is tracking information, and that too, if you try to send marketing communications to leads or contacts from Salesforce. So let's say you brought in a lead or contact from Salesforce into Marketing Cloud, you send them an email, and then you want to know, did they open the email, did they click the email, did they unsubscribe? That kind of information will flow back into Sales Cloud. You use the Salesforce that GUID as the primary key for that particular contact that you brought to Marketing Cloud. So that is, there are a lot of rules like that that you need to know when you get into Marketing Cloud and things like that. So probably little advanced in that right now. But just to give you an idea, right, there is integrations available across these two platforms that Salesforce supports work. Okay. Some of you, if you are into development and programming, some of you probably not. Okay, so if you're not, you might go into and there are different roles that I can show you later in a future slide. But if you like programming, then there is definitely programming available within Marketing Cloud engagement. So the simple language known as AMScript, okay, it is something similar to Excel, where the formulas and things like that, you should be able to use that within within clouds, within your mobile. So all of these places without, you can use AMScript. It's a very simple language that you can learn. A lot of tutorials available online. You can go and check that. Server-side JavaScript is called SSJS. It is a little more advanced. Okay, you need to know JavaScript, but it's the old version of JavaScript, not the latest one that you see that you use, but slightly older version, but still very powerful. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that you can use with SSJS with, especially if you want to handle JSON in an advanced way. AMScript now supports a little bit of JSON, but SSJS has got more power in terms of usability, in terms of functions and things like that. So it's very good. Guided template language is the handlebar kind of language. It is supported, but is not widely used. Some people like it, some people don't. The most common ones that I've seen people using is AMScript and then SSJS. Okay. APIs, like I said, you can have REST and SOAP APIs. That is also possible. So there is actually URLs and packages that you have to install, you have to configure. And then you'll be able to programmatically do both. You can actually write code in AMScript or SSJS to actually call an external API and get the data back, or you can call specifically REST or SOAP URLs or Marketing Cloud APIs. Okay, and then like I show here, you have different levels if you are a developer. At the basic level, you are expected to know marketing automation. You need to know HTML, CSS, and AMScript. So until you know this, you cannot say I'm a basic SOMC developer. Okay, you are expected to know all of this. If you are, say, you're a decent developer, you get into a little bit higher level when you know asynchronous JavaScript, JSON, how to work with SSJS and APIs and all that. So then you got a good base. Like, at least you can do a bunch of customization. You can work on it. Advanced level will be when you start writing custom activities, cross platform integrations through Heroku, Node.js, and all that. If you do custom journey activities and all that, then you are really good in, like, in terms of programming in marketing cloud engagement. Okay. Roles, like I said, like, is similar to how you have roles in Salesforce core also. You can see, like, there is specialists and developers who actually look at, the actual content or specific configurations of the particular features within marketing cloud. You can do development as well. You can do configuration and, low code kind of work within this one as well. Higher levels will be on the strategic level. It is architects and consultants, right? So they are the people who actually, like, work with the senior team and the customers as well in defining, okay, if I want to do a marketing cloud implementation, what should we do? Okay, because it's not a simple thing just coming in and then doing something and walking off. You have to look at it from a project perspective. Like, how does it now integrate, design, what do we need to do first? Okay, downstream, like, what do we need to integrate it with? What additional features do you want? Initially, what is it, do we want to do only one channel, or do you want to do multiple channels, etc.? So all this, the architect and the consultant level people are the ones who actually work on such kind of strategy, design it, and then will set the roadmap for the developer specialist to actually do the actual work. You have managers, campaign managers, who actually, like, once the tool is set up and then, you are going through the actual, marketing campaigns and things like that. They are the ones who actually help with continuous campaign management. You will have people continuously, like, working on campaigns, journeys, automations. The specialists will actually be helping them. Developers will be able to do any custom development or changes that you need as in part of your script and, AMP script and all that. They'll be able to help. In terms of certifications, you probably have seen some of this. Uh, the easiest one that you probably can start off with would be the email specialist, because it only looks at the email channel, and it will give you a high level about the platform. So you will get to know about, like, the data model. Okay, what is the contact, what is the subscriber, what is the data, how do you bring it, how do you store that, and how does email work? Okay, and then you will get a little bit about journey builder and automation studio. So at least it gives you a good foundation about marketing cloud, and with one channel, which is the email one, right? So that would be a good one to start with. The admin one is a slightly more like, vast one, because it actually, from an administrator perspective, you should the entire platform. Okay, it's not like, only email channel. So, but you probably have to understand how the setup works. How do you actually go and configure where? If there's an issue, how do you resolve it? So it is a little more vast than the email specialist. So which is why I say, like, if you're familiar with email specialist, then you can do the admin one. But if you're very new to marketing cloud, the admin one might be a little overwhelming if you have not worked on the platform for now, right? So you might start with email specialist, then explore into administrator and all that. The developer are the advanced levels. So developer one, you can only take it if you have email specialist, and the consultant one only if you have admin. So they are prerequisites actually. And then if you're part of a partner organization, like that's a partner for Salesforce, you have specific exams like cross-channel for the Interaction Studio and Datorama, like I mentioned earlier. There's additional exams available for those also. Okay? So these are some of the things that you can take as part of your marketing cloud journey once you start working in the platform. And then there are multiple websites and, videos things available online if you are new. So this is one of my channels, but then there is boot camps that, JB and team are all doing as part of Trailblazing together. You can just Google, like, any topic within marketing cloud. You can Google and you will see there's a lot of great videos and boot camps that have been done over this. Like, so you can refer to those as part of your certification journeys, or if you just want to learn something about the platform. Like I said, you don't have the actual environment to practice, so it's very difficult. So till then, if you at least want to understand, like, okay, what does the platform do? How do I work on it? You can deep dive into some of these videos. Some of the community ones, like How to SFMC, is a community that a lot of marketers actually are part of. So there is really good people there. So you can be part of it. You can go to the website and say, I want to join, but you need to make sure you give a valid email ID and your LinkedIn profile or a Twitter profile, so they can validate that you are not spam, and then they can add you. Then once you're in Slack, in that Slack channel, you can ask questions. You can actually interact with other, senior marketers, people who are, well known in the community. They're all part of that group. So these are some of the communities that you should be part of. Right? Okay, that's primarily what I had. I'll stop sharing. Shall we go? So, any questions that we have?
Yes, thank you for the informative session. There is some questions are there. Does Salesforce Marketing Cloud offer a sandbox environment now?
Yeah, I think I mentioned we don't have that as of now. So one of the reasons why I would say that is maybe one what something that I think of is, like I said, marketing is a very how do I say, controlled environment. Like it's not like our developer org that you have for sales and service, right? And I've actually experienced this, like because if it's an actual live environment, if you put people who do not know marketing properly and do not adhere to this thing, and you have some test data in there, people, if you try to send out an email just for testing purposes, and by wrongly it sends it out to live customers, so 10,000 emails get sent out, so that will be a big problem, so, and you will get blacklisted. So organizations have to be very careful. So like that, I assume, let's say you get a developer account and you now start sending out thousands of emails like that. Everybody does that, it become a big problem, so that is why I would say maybe it's very difficult to give live accounts like that from a testing purposes, right? You cannot control, otherwise if they give you a development org without any option to send out any communications, it doesn't help you also. You have to see the actual communication going out to see, how it looks like, right? So probably why, that that's free orgs are not available. Partners have, partners do get free orgs, customers have. So the best way to get it is you have to be part of one of these organizations, and then if you are into marketing, they might get you into an internship program, or they might start you off into some of these programs. So that's the only way that you can learn for now, hands on, I would say, other than that, you can probably have to see videos, demos, and things that people usually have. Sometimes there are programs that some trainers, or or even some of the community folks, through Salesforce support, they launch certain programs where for a short period of time, there is a small hands-on org available for certain participants who come for that event. So they can come and they can try it out, but then after a week or so, that whole access will be taken out, or maybe only for that event they get. So those are also possibilities that you should keep a lookout for if you want to try out for hands-on.
There is another one question. Could you please suggest any resources to learn?
Yeah, so like I said, there is so many out right now. So my besides my channel, the SMC Trailblazers, there is Trailblazing Together, which is JB's channel. So there is a lot of boot camps that have been done. If you just simply go into YouTube and try Marketing Cloud, you see a lot of our videos, and a lot of people have started publishing on Marketing Cloud itself. In my blog, I think I have. Let me see if I have the link. I'll try to get the link. So there is a link for so inside in this is my blog channel. There is one for video resources. So there is a specific video resources blog that I had written some time back, and then it's probably not updated, but there is quite a lot of links there that you can actually check and learn as well. It takes you to different websites. SMMC curated is the other one, where many people's post actually they will automatically it comes in, so you can check that also, so it's a collection of different people's websites and blogs, that you can check that also.
Any stimulator environment for AMAP script?
Script, there is MC snippets, I think it's MC snippets. I'm not sure of the URL. I need to check that one, but if you Google, you should probably see it. I think it's mcsnippets.heroku.org, something like that. It's actually created by Pato. So he's one of the MVPs for marketing as well. So he created this tool where you can actually go in and then you can write code and you can try it out also. Okay, let me quickly check if I have MC snippets. Salesforce. Yeah, I got it. 1 second. Put it here. Yeah, this is the one. So you can bookmark this. So if you are into programming and you want to learn and try out AmpScript, I wouldn't say it's a full-fledged environment, but it is good enough. Like, it'll give you some way to test it out with some data. You can use this once you're learning marketing. Sorry, into AmpScript, you can learn. I think he was enabled SSJS also now, but you might want to check a little. He said there was actually some additional features that he started enabling. So it's a good way to, once you learn a little bit about marketing and you want to know a little bit of programming, this is one way that you can actually go and check as well.
Thank you. Hello, Kamakshi. Can you please unmute and ask your question?
Hello, good afternoon all. Shimpu, I just want to ask, is we need any expertise in a part or before we entering in a marketing cloud?
Shil- In the DER,
Uh, I didn't get that last part. Say that again.
is the same
Do
process.
we?
Okay, you can continue, Kamakshi.
Okay. So my first question is, do we need any expertise in a part or before we entering in a marketing cloud?
No, both are very different platforms, like I mentioned. So, like I said, right now everything is bought under the same naming conventions. Okay, so you will see that the word Marketing Cloud for both Pardot and the old Exact Target. So one is Marketing Cloud Engagement, which is the B2C one that I showed you today. Marketing Cloud Account Engagement is Pardot. Okay, just because it has Marketing Cloud in front of them doesn't mean they are the same platform. They're two different platforms. Pardot is still in the Salesforce platform. It's a separate application that you get as part of the Salesforce team you have to buy. Okay, and that skill set is different. Okay, working in Pardot will not get you the same expertise and skills as what you get in the Marketing Cloud engagement side of things. The Exact Target is a different tool. So for that you need to, like I said, AmpScript and all does not come in Pardot.
Okay. And my second question is if a social studio is retired now, then there's any other studio or tool that we can use?
Not as part of Marketing Cloud. They recommending tools like Sprout Social. It's app exchange partner, I think. You can go and they support all these kind of social platform messaging. So that is one of the tools that they recommend customers to take a look at. But that's not the only one. There are a few others also. You can check in App Exchange. You can check online as well. Social platforms for marketing, they will be able to get that. But
Okay.
which is one of the reasons also why Marketing Cloud growth is actually becoming better, because that is now supporting all these other channels. It is supporting WhatsApp and all that. So earlier you used to support Social Studio and all that. So I'm assuming in future you will be able to get API integration into, some of the other channels as well at some point in time in future. Right now it is not there yet, but maybe down the line you might see more additional features coming in from that perspective. But I don't see right now any tool within the Salesforce platform that supports the old sentiment analysis, those kind of social listening kind of thing. That is not available right now as far as I know.
Okay. And my third question is there a same process to create email content in the marketing cloud like as in DE org?
When you say DE org, meaning the develop
Develop edition. Yeah.
uh, so when you say email, it's different. The two platforms are different. Okay, so in the developer org, you can go create an email template with merge things and all that. That is very different. There it doesn't have proper visual templates and for reuse and all that, right? So the email that you see within email, the Score platform, the use cases are if you want to send out a sales email as part of an activity or quickly to a customer or contact, or if you want to send an email to a service as part of a service case, you want to send something. That is when those kind of emails come in. Again, there is limits to that. Okay, there is actually the number of emails that you can send in a day are limited. Okay, but Marketing Cloud is a very different animal. That is meant for bulk sending. Like you want to send 1 million emails and all those kind of things, or 500,000 emails. That is real use case where you want to bring in Marketing Cloud. That's meant for campaigns. Even for some of these emails that you want to send from, say, with people in Salesforce, if you want to send that out with a consistent branding, good header, footer, and the good behind the nice visual appeal and all that, those templates, using those kind of templates and all that, that is Marketing Cloud can be used for that. So it's very nice to have already built pre-built templates that you can launch for campaigns. transactional emails also you can send. Like for example, like when you have done a maybe an order has been placed, automatically the order confirmation, it can be plugged automatically into that particular email that you have in Marketing Cloud. I saw you earlier, like the abandoned cart also, right? If it is coming from Commerce Cloud, automatically you can send that now into Marketing Cloud. The email can be sent from Marketing Cloud as for that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Shibu.
Sure.
Uh, Thank you, Shibu sir. There is one more question. What are the best tips for landing into a Salesforce marketing cloud job for a fresher in marketing cloud space?
Uh, it's a little tough question because, like I said, it is very different from the regular developer, like, or I would say the regular core platform. Right, core platform, you all can go into a developer edition. You can start learning. You can do hands-on, and then come little bit of experience you can show. Right, when you don't have a hands-on environment, and then you're trying to say that okay, I want to get into it. Uh, Nowadays many of the organizations, they will want people who have some amount of experience, so that the moment they bring you in, they don't have time to sit and train you. They want you to, like be billable from day one, so it's always kind of the chicken and the egg. Like they want people, but there are not environments available for them. So few ways that you can think of is one, like look at online videos and things like that to get an idea of the platform. There are trainings provided by training providers. Salesforce has the Trailblazer boot camp for marketers. So there, in that, I believe you get a hands-on org for a few weeks. So that's one way you can do it, and then you can take the certification based on that also. Then there are other training providers. So there are actual training providers who actually have licensed orgs which they will give for training purposes. So if it's a 6-week course, then you will have the 6 weeks access to that org, and then you can practice properly, those kind of things. So you have to have some amount of training exposure and hands-on. I would say, like before companies may be ready to invest in you. Rare scenarios might be there, like suddenly there is a big demand for marketers, or like people freshers that they want to add to teams, in which case they might open up for internship, so you might have to keep lookout, but very not no, I've not seen like too many companies opening it out that way. Sometimes you might hear, oh, there is somebody opening for internship for like few people, they might advertise on social. That's the only way that I can think of right now. But always it is best to, liaise with the networking community. Like if you're interested into marketing, like besides studying and having an idea about like marketing, if you come from a digital marketing background in other tools, it's easier because you have the background. But if you're in another area, or if you're in the core side, just because Salesforce Marketing Cloud is is good, if you're seeing it is good, just doesn't mean that you have to jump into it and then wait for a job like that. Okay, so always look at, if there is an opening, if there's in your existing team, they have a possibility to train and move you into marketing. That is one way to do it. But don't think just by doing some online training immediately you'll be able to land a job. The job market is not that favorable right now, to go in and take freshers into it. Most of the time, like I said, they it also comes by word of the mouth. So if you also have networking contacts, if you do sessions, if you network with people who are working in the marketing side, and then you might hear from them, okay, there is a specific opening in their company or some other companies. That is when you might also get an opening. Okay. So it's a small world. You have to have especially in countries like India, because there are a lot of people in this particular domain, and especially in Salesforce. You have to explore yourself, and then keep that networking going on as well, I would say. And then explore a little bit outside of the regular things that are there. There are a lot of new things that are being launched right now, like Data Cloud. And Data Cloud is something you can now go and do it in Trailhead. Okay, so you can actually get a org for, I think, 14 days. You can practice on it. So that is something you can look at. If you are part of a partner company, you can ask them to you can learn, maybe Marketing Cloud. You can learn if they add you to their org, if they have one. And then there are the additional courses in PLC, partner learning camp, that you can do. Okay, so there are different options depending on where you are in the market right now, which company you work for, or if you're a totally newbie, then it's slightly difficult. Yeah.
There is no other question. Thank you for the informative session, sir, and thanks for answering all the questions.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Thank you for giving time, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you all.